Hello, the I Hate My Vices channel viewers. I haven't posted on this channel in like 5 months or some shit, something like that. But it is also my first video I'm doing sober. Every other video I think I've done, I was at least drunk or high. The last one, bro, I was fucked up, but I'm not gonna delete it. It's kind of like part of it, I guess. Because at the end of the day, this is basically just like a video journal, more than anything. But I am very excited to see if anyone that's commenting the other videos will see this one too, because it's been so long. So probably not, but hopefully. But I guess I'm gonna just do a little update. I'm staying at my grandma's place while she's in the hospital. She's been having a lot of issues and stuff. Like, I mean, I'm not really gonna get into it on here. I feel like I always upload to this channel when I'm like sort of in a crisis. And that's not necessarily the case today. Even though to an extent, I always kind of feel like I'm somewhat in some sort of crisis. Like, that's being a little bit dramatic, I would say. But I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone else feels like they just don't know who they are, like, ever. And it doesn't even feel like an achievable feat, honestly. But maybe that's not the worst thing. I mean, it sounds bad to be like, I don't know myself, but it's like, we are like ever changing. We're always changing. You know, right now is the past. Like when I said right now, just then that's not the past. You know, that's corny, but you know, I know a few things about myself. I know that my anxiety that I have, like in public and all those kinds of things, is really just a deep insecurity of what people think of me. And I kind of know why I have that too, like why I have that issue. I think it's mainly from my mother. Growing up, she always, you know, she had a very rough childhood as well. Definitely rougher than mine, even though I had some bad shit happen, but like, you know, she had a way rougher childhood than mine. Like abuse from her mom, you know, all like basically her mom wanted boys, so she basically just like treated my mom and her sister as like boys instead of girls. So I think that caused a long-standing issue of like identity and like always being insecure about how she looks and everything, you know. So I think it's good that I know where that came from. And also I would say social media too. Unrestricted social media access. Mind you, I'm 21, so I'm like right in the middle of Gen Z, you know. So like by the time it was like 2011 maybe, yeah, I got an iPad. It was around that time. I could have been anywhere from fucking 5 to like 8, 9, I don't know. Probably not 9, probably 6. But so I gotta turn off this damn TV, bro. This just distracts me. And I'm sitting right in front of it, bro. For what? But yeah, the unrestricted social media access from that age on, like, literally, I kind of wish I knew when I first started watching like porn and like first saw videos of people like dying, you know, the shit that you shouldn't be seeing at that age. But I really don't know. I would have to like really think about it and like, you know, try to connect some dots and shit. But basically, I was saying that those are the two things that I feel like really contributed to me as a person. And you know, everyone's always says like, you know, no one is thinking about you as hard as you're thinking about yourself. Like in terms of like the way you criticize yourself for the smallest things. Like, oh, this. I'll use an example. This eyebrow is like, I feel like they don't look the exact same, you know. But no one else gives a fuck. Like literally. But I will say that sometimes I do notice the small things about people, which everyone does that, but like I guess it's just a fact of like, you care because you think someone else cares. But why does it even matter if they do care? you know? And another thing I was thinking of before this video was, you know, it's kind of, people use the word performative a lot, right? And we are always performing for ourselves or for others, you know? Like in public, you might be sitting a certain way, or I do this. I overthink this kind of shit so much. Like, say I'm like waiting in a doctor's office, right, or something. This is just another example. Like sitting there, maybe I have my legs crossed, but I move my leg and like change up my position of my legs purely because I'm like, oh, that probably looks weird or looks a certain way, you know. And oh, my biggest insecurity has always been that underbite right there. It's not very noticeable when I'm like, you know, but as soon as I close my teeth, like, that shit's rough, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That shit's rough. But I lost my fucking train of thought, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I mean, I noticed those things about people too. But if anything, I feel like I have so much more grace with other people. Where like I can make a mistake or do something, like, you know, just fuck up, like by doing someone wrong in a way, or it could be anything. Messing up order at work, like, you know, mess up with your boss or like with a coworker or something. And I would do that and feel like terrible, like I fucked up bad, depending on what it is. But if someone else makes a mistake like that, I usually I don't care at all. That's very vague and very broad, but you know, this is why I need to be doing this shit more, just talking to a camera like this. Because right now, I'm also like kind of hungover. Oh yeah, I guess that is one thing that most of my videos are about so far, is just literally about addiction. That, yeah, that's still heavy thing. I'm definitely a functional addict though, like, and it's nothing crazy. I don't be doing crazy shit. Like, the worst I probably did was some bag like this year. I've done that multiple times this year. I haven't done it in like a month or more. And you know, that story is kind of sad. I was at a friend's house, and I was I brought bag Coke for whatever reason. I just brought it because I had it, and I was like, you know, it'd be nice to do it. But I kind of knew how my friend would probably feel about that. You know, he's a little more he's a cool dude, but he's a little more you know, he doesn't really use drugs. He only really drinks. Like, you know, have a beer every night or whatever, which isn't good, but it's better than Coke, I think, probably. Yeah. But I kept going to the bathroom multiple times to do it, and you know what? I feel like I'm not being completely honest with myself. I kept going to the bathroom to do it, and then I just kind of pulled it out where I was in the living room or in the kitchen at his house. He had like 2 friends over too. I just kind of pulled it out and like do it. It is cringe. It's like cringe to think back on just the situation. It was cringe. And I was cringe for doing that because I knew it didn't make sense to do at that moment. You know, I knew that. I don't know what I was trying to do or like feel or perform. I don't know what I was trying to perform with the action. But you know, I did it, and then my friend's girlfriend went to the room, and her friend was like, "Oh yeah, she's like upset." She said she's not feeling good. I didn't even think of it at that exact moment until my friend went in there as well. Then he came back out, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, like that's like kind of fucked up. Like it's crazy you did that shit." And he was like, He was like, yeah, I either you give it to me and I flush it, or you leave. Which, I don't know. It's hard for me to ever like assume if that was like a valid take, like response, or a respectable like proposition by him, or not, or if that was kind of like OD, you know, because I don't know his perspective or her perspective on that shit as much as I know my own, you know. For me, it's like whatever now. But I mean, me 5 years ago, I would have been. I probably wouldn't have done it, but I was also like 16, so. But yeah, so I tried to, because I'm an addict. I tried to be like, oh, I'll put it up, like, and I was serious too. I was like, I was like, I'm sorry. That was like, terrible social awareness. I don't know why I did that, but I'll just put it up and I will not touch it. I promise you, because it's not like I'm addict, but like in that moment, I was gonna put that shit up and not touch it, and it's, so I got back home. And he was like, no. Then he was like, the best thing for you to do right now is to leave. But I did not end up leaving, and I just gave him the bag, and he threw it. He flushed it. He literally flushed down the toilet. And that was just very, we had another thing that happened earlier this year. Like, I blacked out on my birthday and fucking hit him. Mind you, I've never thrown a punch in my life that I can remember. That still stands, but apparently I have thrown a punch now in my life. And that caused a rift, and he was going through shit. So now with this happening too, I feel like he has a completely different view of me than what is even true. Or maybe it is true and I'm the one that's not aware. But I feel like now he has a different view of me. Which, what can I do about that now? Except just like be a better friend, I guess. The next day I ended up helping him move his little sister into her apartment, and that was very enjoyable. That genuinely was very enjoyable. Like, I loved to work up that sweat. It felt so good to see them, because mind you, this is like my closest friend. Like, I've known him since kindergarten. Like, I've grown up with him, grown up with his family. I was up until a few years ago, I was around there all the time, like every weekend, and saw his mom, and it was very nice to see them. It really was. And I feel like that kind of, I'm not gonna say made up for my actions the night before, but it reminded us that, it felt like a reminder to me, like, okay, shit happens, but like, this is still, we're still, yeah. I really don't know how I got here, and I have no idea what I'm going to title this video. Because I basically just rambled about shit and never really finished a thought. Yeah. I guess if you made it this far, leave a comment, especially if you've seen my older videos. Like, I wish I would have made more of these in this time period, because I feel like I've changed. It's weird. I feel like I'm the same person. I'm like the same person as I was fucking 10 years ago. But I'm also, we change. You're going to change no matter what. Things happen. Life goes on to you. Do change. You can't help that. But it's like sometimes I feel like I haven't changed at all. But then I look back at, like, it's hard for me. I don't even want to watch the videos I post on the channel, because it kind of creeps me out. Especially that last one, bro. That one was bad. I was fucked up. But like I said, I'm not going to delete it, because I would just rather not, honestly. But yeah, if you made it this far, I don't know, leave a comment, just say something. But if you did make this far also, that's insane. Thank you for watching.